Hello, hello. Hey, y'all. It has been a hot minute since I have been on and done the daily drive. A lot has gone on in my life lately, and it has just been a trying time for me. It has been a hard time for me. It's been a rough time for me. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. And I have had some people in my life that have just been there for me lately. And so I am here. I am back. I am ready to get myself back in order. So welcome to the Daily Drive. It's been a while since I've done this. So if you're new here, if you haven't watched this yet, the Daily Drive is just something that I created when I started to learn how to stay in control of my life while living with anxiety. I was diagnosed with anxiety officially in 2010, and it was a little hard. And so I just started to do this and go on this growth journey and just help the world, help everybody understand that mental health is not like a big scary thing that we have to be afraid of. We can take care of ourselves and still live our dreams at the same time. And so I just love bringing mental health help, and my goals, my hopes, my dreams in life are to do this, become a motivational speaker or a mental health speaker, whatever you want to call it. Whatever. And so this is what I do to kind of get me a step closer to that, is I do this daily drive on social media. And lately, my life has just kind of been a little crazy, okay? I ended up going to the emergency room a couple of weeks ago because I was just having some insane, crazy back pain, and went to the emergency room to find out that I have sciatica, bilateral sciatica, so it's on both sides, yay me. And shortly after that, I lost my job that I loved, that I had just started a couple months ago, and was just in love with that job, and I lost my job. And then right after that, my husband and I both ended up getting COVID. We went 2.5 years without catching it, and just it finally caught up. And so we ended up having COVID for a week. My husband just went back to work, and life has just been crazy and bombarding me lately. And so I took a little bit of time off. I kind of shut down. I stopped talking to people. I isolated myself. I stopped doing the daily drive. It just kind of took a lot out of me. And so I am here. I'm back. I'm ready to get life going. But let me know if this happens to you. Put a 1 in the comments if things happen in your life and it starts to just get overwhelming and you just shut down to the point that like you just push things off. And here's what I mean. I have 2 bags that have been hanging by my door lately, and one of them is a bag that I was carrying around that has all of my like personal personal development, self-care type stuff. And another one is a bag that I was carrying to and from work. And so those are things that I used and carried daily. And when these things started to just like happen, when I lost my job and I didn't need to carry that bag to and from work anymore, when my schedule changed and I didn't need to carry the other bag, like I just hung it by the door and like left it there. Like my planner's in there, my notes are in there, like my wallet was in there, everything. I just hung those bags by the door and left them there. It was like not necessarily out of sight because they were right there, but I'm not going in them daily to get things out. I'm not messing with the stuff that's in there. Like I'm blocking that out and shutting it out and just hanging it there and leaving it there. Both of these bags I've just hung by my door and left there for the last couple of weeks because I was just so overwhelmed by everything that was going on in our lives, just so overwhelmed. And so I just put it off, and I've put off my house. Our house is a mess right now. We're slowly getting to the point where we can, get it cleaned up and everything. And so I am getting back to myself. And one of the ways that I am doing that is kind of like going back to basics. This is something that I talked about before in the daily drive. I don't know when, last year sometime. Good morning, Jennifer. Good to see you. This is something that I've talked about before on the daily drive, but I felt like this was a good time to just give the reminder of it. And if you know me, you might know that I love journals, I love planners, I love notebooks, I love lists, I love little notepads that I can write lists in. And so one of the lists that I made in a notebook that I've been carrying around for a couple of years now, on the front it says, "Dreams don't work unless you do," and it's just different sections of notes and lists and things, to help me remember. And on one of them, I just wrote unlimiting. What makes me feel unlimited? What makes me feel like myself? What makes me feel like I am becoming unlimited to who I am? I'm not blocking myself off with things that are happening. I'm not shutting things out. I'm not shutting myself and my energy down because things are happening, right? And because this list was in this bag, I hung that bag up and put this list up and didn't even give it any thought for a couple of weeks and felt the darkness of that, y'all. We can be in control of our mental health, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to have those dark times, right? And so I gave in to that darkness a little bit because so much had happened. Jennifer, every time I go to like Family Dollar, Dollar Store, Walmart, like anywhere there's a clearance section, like I always grab little journals and notepads, and my family knows that I love it. And so I often get journals as, birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, whatever. I have journals everywhere, right? And like this particular one though is one that I have notes that I should be looking at daily. They're notes that are related to things that I want to accomplish, things that are going to get me closer to my goals and my dreams, things that I want to remember to stay grounded, right? And because I had this notebook in that bag and shut everything down that was involving those parts in my life, I haven't looked at this notepad. And so I was sitting here this morning thinking, I just want to feel like myself again. I just want to get back to my energy and feel like I'm being me again. Why do I not feel like I am myself? My husband and I, even though we had COVID, we basically got to lay around and watch movies, for a little over a week while we were quarantining and all of that. And so I got to spend all of that time with him and like recharge after losing my job and after the back pain and all of that. And now that it's been a little bit after the sickness and all of that, I feel like I can breathe and be normal again. I'm sitting here thinking, why do I not still feel like myself? And it's because I'm not doing the things that make me feel truly unlimited. I'm just kind of going through the motions. I hung those bags up and shut everything down and didn't even look in the bags anymore. I just put them there and out of my mind, right? I need to I want to feel like myself again, and I'm not feeling like myself again because I'm not doing the things, intentionally doing the things that make me feel like myself. And so that's what this particular list is. So I'm getting back to basics. I'm getting, old school. I'm taking it back to the beginning of the daily drive because I'm pretty sure I don't have any dates written in this notebook because it's just kind of thoughts and things that I want to do, but I'm pretty sure I started writing in this notebook probably in 2019. Maybe even a little bit before that, right? So this is a list of things that I know makes me feel true to myself, that I know makes me feel like I am unlimiting me, right? Because we feel limited when we feel like we have to fit ourselves into someone else's box, or when we feel like we're not doing things that truly bring us joy, right? When we're comparing ourselves to someone else, we're limiting ourselves to their box, right? And so I made this list of unlimiting the things that make me feel like myself, so that when I'm in these moments of lingering sadness, lingering self-doubt, I can remind myself that this is what makes me feel unlimited and what makes me feel like I am truly being myself. You can live as yourself, be yourself, live in your energy, still feel like yourself, even when you have things going on in your life, even when you have those trying times happening. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to keep this notebook out. I'm going to keep it on the coffee table with my laptop. I'm going to keep it in my office when I get my office cleaned up. Side note, that's why I'm sitting out here in the living room, because over the last couple of weeks, the office has just become like a drop zone and we need to do some more cleaning in there. So that's why I'm out here. But I'm going to keep this notebook where I am. If I go somewhere, I'll use a bag and take it with me. And when I get home, intentionally make sure that I am keeping this particular notebook close to me, because it has this unlimiting list in it. And I'm not going to tell you about this without telling you what is on my unlimiting list, because this is a list that I put intentional thought into creating, because I know that it is so important to just feel like yourself, even when you're going through the ups and the downs of life. So my unlimiting list, what makes me feel like I'm living in my true energy and being my true self and being fully Sarah and authentically me, what makes me feel like I'm being myself is to learn every day, to remind myself that things that have happened in my life were not me. They were never me. To write often. I enjoy writing, whether it's journaling, whether it's just, writing about mental health, to write often, to continue to expand my social media and my posts and my following with the Daily Drive and all of that, to get up and act. Because a lot of times for me, the hardest part is just getting up off the couch. And so I've specifically written down this reminder to get up and act, right? Find people to follow that are going to influence me, like speakers, people that are doing what I want to do. Book speaking events, right? That makes me feel like I'm living in my purpose when I'm actually speaking somewhere. So I can't continue to just talk about it. I need to actively, intentionally seek that out. And guess what? That's going to give me something else to focus on when I'm feeling sad. So booking speaking events, waking up for myself, remembering that I'm not just waking up to go through the motions. I'm waking up for a purpose, right? Waking up for myself, spending time in nature. Lately, it's been just opening the windows on a nicer day because it's been a little bit hard to breathe outside after being sick, right? Spending time in nature. Prayer is important to me. You don't have to necessarily be religious to spend time in prayer. You can just spend time in silence, in meditation. You can spend time thinking about loved ones that you'd like to send caring thoughts to, right? So spending time in prayer, sharing my purpose and my dreams with people every day. If I'm talking about it every day, then I'm going to get there. And that's something that I stop doing when I get overwhelmed and when things start to feel crazy. I stop sharing my purpose and my dreams because I start to feel like I'm not good enough to accomplish them because all of these things have happened, right? If I'm not good enough to keep this job, how am I good enough to do these other things, right? Well, because that job wasn't part of my purpose. The things that I'm good at that are in my purpose are the things that I need to get back to doing that are on this unlimiting list, right? Because I wasn't in my purpose. So sharing that purpose every day is going to get me to the point of living in it. Serving others. I'm not here for me. I'm not here for my energy. Yes, I'm waking up for myself, meaning that I'm not waking up to cater to anything else, but my purpose is to serve others through mental health action, right? What makes me feel unlimited is inviting intentional emotions. Y'all, guess what? You can feel joy and bliss anytime you want to. You can invite those emotions into your life anytime you want to. Joy, bliss, calm, happiness. Just spend time thinking about joy and about bliss. Spend time thinking about gratitude. When you practice gratitude, it releases the same hormones and chemicals into your body that are associated with joy, bliss, and calm. So when you just spend 90 seconds, takes 90 seconds to shift energy and emotion in your body and brain. So when you take 90 seconds or more to think about gratitude, to invite joy, to invite bliss intentionally, you're changing your body's chemicals, right? And to have a good morning routine, whatever And by morning, I just mean whatever you do when you wake up. Maybe your morning isn't necessarily at 6 o'clock in the morning. Maybe your morning is at 11. Maybe you work at night and your morning is at 6 in the evening. Like whatever it is, when you wake up, that morning routine of when you wake up, have something solid there so that you can turn to that. Even when your schedule might change, even when things might look different. Things that are solid for me are that I get up and I have my coffee. I spend time with myself. And over the last couple of weeks, when my husband was home and when he was sick, I didn't hang on to my morning routine. I had my coffee, yeah, but I did other things instead of the things that I like to do in the morning. And I felt the difference in my life because of that, right? So having a solid morning routine of things that I like to do to start my day helps me to feel unlimited. And let me give you a side note, because I know that people are going to say, well, I have kids, I have a job, I have this and that, and I can't have a morning routine. And the truth is that you can. You can choose what to do and what to make a priority whenever you want to. If you know that your kids get on the bus at 7 o'clock and it takes you an hour to get them ready, if your kids get on the bus at 7 o'clock and it takes you an hour, it takes you an hour to get them up, out of bed, ready, everything that they need to get on the bus at 7 o'clock. So you start getting them ready at 6 o'clock. Then guess what? It's your choice to get up at 5 o'clock and have your coffee in peace and quiet. Do a morning devotion, do some yoga, do something, right? We all have the same amount of hours in the day. So if you know that you have to be at work at 9 and you want to go to the gym first, adjust your schedule, right? And make that a priority. And you can get your family involved in these things as well. I just live with my husband right now and all of these animals that we have, but he's aware of the things that I like to do in the morning. He's aware of my morning routine. And now he's going to be aware that when I didn't do it before, I didn't feel like myself, right? He's aware of these things. Get your kids involved. Right? I know people that have a clock in their kids' bedroom, and their kids know that if it doesn't say 6 o'clock, then, we are doing our own thing in our bedroom until 6 o'clock. Mom's going to come get us at 6 o'clock and we're going to get up and get ready, right? You are going to show up as the best version of yourself when you wake up for yourself and put energy into your morning routine and the things that you start your day with. When you start your day in chaos, that's how it's going to go, right? And so I am taking it back to basics with the daily drive today, since it's been so long since I've been on here. We're working on the office this weekend, so hopefully next week I will be back in the office. But since it's been so long, we're going back to basics. And I am reminding myself that I don't need to get lost in the sadness. I don't need to get stuck in the emotions of life and in the things that happen. Life is always going to happen. Things are always going to be thrown at us. And when we get stuck there, is when the difference is made, right? When you get stuck in a position, I've spent a couple of weeks now just being sad instead of continuing to pursue things that I could have done in that time, right? When we get stuck in that mindset, you know what happens. You know how you feel, right? So this list that I made years ago now is going to be prominent and present with me always from now on. Because when I need to remember who I am, when I need to remember what makes me feel unlimited, I can look at this list and do something, or shift my energy, or, make a choice. And for example, my OCD brain, I got this devotional, Finding Freedom. It's about body image and faith and all kinds of things that I want to explore more. And because it is formatted in a week 1, week 2, week 3 kind of thing, my brain has been telling me for so long that I have to start it on a Monday. And if I haven't done it on Monday, then I got to wait until next week. And if I haven't done it on that Monday, then I'm waiting until next week because I have to start it on a Monday, right? That's what my OCD brain is telling me. But that is a limited thought. If I need the information that is in it right now, I need the information that is in it right now. And that is why one of the things on my unlimiting list is to get up and act. Because when I don't get up and act, when I push things off, I continue to push them off. So guess what? I'm working on this today. I'm starting this today, even though it's not Monday and it's going to make my brain feel a little bit weird. I'm starting it today because I need what's in it. And I knew I needed what was in it when I bought it, right? Which was a while ago. I think this was a Christmas thing I got for myself, right? But it says week 1, week 2. So my brain is like, it has to be a Monday. It has to be a Monday. Oh, guess what? We didn't do it on Monday this week. So we're going to do it next week. It's like that diet that you never do. I'm going to start it on Monday. I'm going to start it on Monday. You never do. When you get up and act and you put away the doubt, you put away everything else and you just act, you find the changes where you need the changes to be. And that's why get up and act is a specific thing on my list of unlimiting myself, because I tend to push things off and not act on the things that are important to me. So I am going to do this today, even though it's not a Monday, and I'm going to start it so that I can get the information that's in it that I knew I needed. Y'all, it is okay to need a rest. It's okay to need that rest to be extended. I had to quarantine, right? We had to quarantine for a while. We couldn't go anywhere, and we needed that rest. We needed that extended rest, and that's okay. But I got lost in it. I got lost in the sadness that I was feeling. I didn't continue to invite those intentional emotions of joy into my life. I didn't get up and act on the things that I needed to. I put things in my bags and hung my bags up and let them go. And so my reminder to myself and to everyone is to remember who you are. Remember what makes you feel unlimited. And what I mean by feeling unlimited is feeling like your true self. Feeling like who you are on the inside matches who you are on the outside. Feeling like the words that you're saying match what you're feeling. Feeling like you are who you truly are on the inside is what I mean by becoming unlimited. And you do that by unlimiting your thoughts about yourself, your thoughts about life, thoughts that have been put into your brain that are limited already. You change those. And I am changing that by reminding myself constantly of what makes me feel unlimited. What makes Sarah feel like Sarah? I am going to remind myself every day to be myself, to do the things. And guess what? If I'm reminding myself to be me, if I'm reminding myself that my morning routine, that getting up and acting on things is what makes me feel like me, then I'm going to finish this workbook, right? Because get up and act is on my list. I'm going to write something, blog today. I'm going to get schoolwork done that I've been putting off because get up and act is on my list. So when you need to remind yourself that it's time to feel like you, just make a list. Y'all, like I said, I made this list probably in 2019, maybe even 2018, of what makes me feel like I am truly me. Make yourself that list. There is science in brain chemistry in the correlation between writing something down physically, pen on paper, and holding it in your brain. You will hang on to it longer once you've written it down. Write it down, make yourself a list. If you don't want to carry around a notebook, just get yourself a scratch piece of paper. Make a list in your phone, but get yourself something, not in your phone because you're not physically writing that down, but get yourself something. Write down the things that make you feel like you, that make you feel like you are living as your true self, that the outside matches the inside and your feelings are aligned with all of that. Make that list and then hold it close to you, keep it dear to you, and remind yourself of those things on that list when you feel that you're lingering in the sadness of whatever you've got going on. Life gets overwhelming. It definitely does. We all know that. And it's okay to feel emotion. It's okay to be sad. It happens. But we don't have to get stuck there. And I'm reminding myself not to get stuck there by having my list of what makes me feel unlimited always handy. I am continuing to become unlimited. There's not a stop. It's an all the time, every day, all the rest of my life process, continuing to become unlimited. I am on this journey for life, and I am going to continue to do the things that are going to make me feel like I am unlimiting a day at a time, a moment at a time. And right now, it's reminding myself of who I am on the inside by looking at my list of what makes me feel unlimited. So I am going to break down these bags today, get stuff back in order. Jennifer says that she needs to open up her planner. I need to do that too. I think the last time I opened my planner was in December. So I'm going to get my planner out. I'm going to remind myself of who I am. I have been watching Snapped all morning. I am going to do the devotion, and I am going to be me, because I'm going to remind myself of who I am with my unlimiting list. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for the support, the love that y'all give me. I appreciate that you are here, that you watch, that you come back and hang out with me. And I also appreciate that you allow me time to be me. I advocate for mental health and for being in control of your thoughts, but I'm still a human with anxiety as well and mental health things as well. And sometimes I just get lost in that like everyone else. So I appreciate that you allow me the space and the time to reset. I am getting my energy back in check so that I can bring you all things Daily Drive and Becoming Unlimited that you love and are used to. Do me a favor and check out dailydrivecoaching.com. I'm updating it. The Daily Drive is mostly updated. Blog posts are on there. Check that out. Scroll down, put your email address in, and you'll get content from me as I am taking back my life and getting my control back. It's dailydrivecoaching.com. If you're not part of my Becoming Unlimited Facebook community, that's tagged here, or you can let me know or just search for Becoming Unlimited on Facebook. That is just a free support community where you get these daily drives, some more content about unlimiting your thoughts, and just a community of people to be with so that you know you're not alone in this mental health journey. That's Duchess right back there. That's Becoming Unlimited on Facebook. If you're catching Daily Drive Coaching on YouTube, do me a favor and subscribe. Turn on notifications. Turn on notifications for all of my social media, because I will never ask for a fee for what I do here on social media. Just ask that you continue to help me spread mental health awareness. I'm like spitting everywhere because my nose is so runny. Help me spread mental health awareness and continue to break the stigmas of mental health by just sharing a video, tagging a friend, subscribing to all of the things, turning on notifications, all of that. It helps me so much. My dreams and goals are to do this as a career, become a public speaker that travels, that gives talks, that does a TED Talk, that does this, that writes, all of those things. That is my dream, my goal for life. And so anytime you are here engaging with me in any way, it gets me closer to that. And I appreciate that so much. That's dailydrivecoaching.com, Daily Drive on YouTube, Becoming Unlimited on Facebook. I love y'all so much. I wrote notes down for today, and on the back of that, I wrote my support community so that I can put y'all in the joy jar when I go in the office. I love so much that you're here working on yourself, and I appreciate so much that you follow me and love me and allow me grace to rest and get myself back in check. I've got fun stuff coming, fun content coming, so stick around. I love y'all so, so much, and I will see you soon. Bye.